Hi guys, it's me B, and we have had sudden weather changes here on the farm. So we are at -12 this morning, and I'm sitting in my beautiful, cheery mudroom that just got painted on the weekend, but it is so drafty under this door. So last night I went on YouTube, like I always do, and I researched different ways to do a doorstop. Now, my crochet skills aren't that speedy, so I don't think I could crochet one super fast. And I don't have enough rice on hand to fill one with rice. So I went through my basement to see what I did have on hand, and what I came up with is baby blankets. I have tons of baby blankets. And the thing about baby blankets is they're just about long enough to do the size of your door, like so my mudroom door. And so I got a stack of those, and I got digging through my box of well-intended fabric purchases for, those days where you feel motivated to do a project and then get started and then realize that perhaps your sewing skills weren't as fabulous as you made yourself believe. So what I have is the fabric I was going to use to reupholster all the cushions in our camper. Now, funny enough, the colors look good here. So it looks like this is a thought out renovation in this mudroom. It gets a nice new coat of paint. Don't mind the trim. The trim will be dark, but we hadn't mixed that can of paint. And so I wasn't even gonna try and put that globby mess on. It needs to go to the store and get mixed up. But finding this little treasure, it looks like this is a planned project. It is not. It is dig through the basement, find something to stop the draft, and not look so lame like a towel at the door. Other things that I'm going to use, not a sewing machine, because my husband took my sewing machine apart, A. And B, never put it back together. So, don't have a sewing machine. But what I do have is a hot glue gun and some glue. Okay? So, this is going to be a super dig through your basement, get your project done, right? It's -12 outside. It's kind of drafty in my mudroom. I want to get this done. All right, so we're going to go over the steps that you need to do to get this project done. The first thing you need to do is get as many blankets as you think you'll need. I've just got 3 to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll them and roll them into each other to measure the door first. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build up what my stuffing is going to be. Second is going to be putting the fabric over it and measuring with a little bit of a seam allowance, because even though I'm doing this really fast, I do want to do it kind of neatly. So before I even plug in the hot glue gun, I'm going to roll up the baby blankets and then measure the width that I'm going to need out of my fabric before I even cut it on the filling. And then, leave a seam allowance, cut. I'm just using regular shears, fabric shears, not the pinking shears, because I'm going to be hot gluing, so it's okay. It's not going to fray. Or I hope it's not going to fray. And then, cut, glue, get her done. I will be folding it in, as you'll see, and trying to make a nice seam. So, fingers crossed. Hopefully, this goes by really quickly and easily, and will look great at the end. As you can see, I am measuring to go a little bit past the door, because in case the draft is coming through this side, which it is, I do want it to go up a little ways past the door opening. All right? sufficient enough for the height, and 3 blankets seems good enough. It is stopping most of the draft that's coming in from underneath. I think it's just the sides that might need re-insulating, but this is the height that I'm going to do. So, as you can see, I've just rolled it in on itself. I'm not even going to worry about cutting off the selvage. I might actually use it as a guide to put the hot glue on this end, and just leave enough when I cut along here to fold it in. Might actually put some glue first in this bit and then fold it and then squish it up that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the center and glue it out from the center on either side, just to be able to make it look even and nice. Perhaps not the best place to do it in front of a drafty door because it gets dried super fast. So you have to move quick. So I'm probably just going to peel this dry stuff off here really fast and try again. So now for the end, you can do it a bunch of different ways. All I'm going to do, honestly, is probably do it like a present. The reason being is that I can use as much glue to tuck it nice, and then like just do it like a present. So I tuck this bit under. I'll probably put a little bit of glue on these edges here to fold it in, and then fold in the side to make the nice seam, and then close it. And I think that should look good. Okay. So I'm gonna try and move back so that you can see what I'm doing. For you guys is that since this is not filled with sand or rice or beans or grain or anything like that, my seams can be a little loose. Technically, this could be an easy project just to hand stitch because you don't have need that security of anything falling out through the seams. All right, so I am going in, and if there is any gaping bits, neatening it up with a little bit of hot glue. But really, it's just blankets in here. So I'm okay if there is a little hole, but because nothing's going to fall out. was the fastest little sewing project I've ever done. Glue stick, baby blankets, fabric that I had downstairs, and a little bit of wrapping, really. Because even though the seams are done nicely, I did just put it like the seam side into facing the wall, and I think it looks great. I even think that it looks like this was super, super planned, that I went to the store and got this fabric to match my mudroom, which I did not. But since there's lots left, I might actually make curtains for this room, if my husband fixes my sewing machine. All right, guys, talk to you later.